Hello everyone, and welcome to a new Fall Guys video, and it's this season's cool costume challenge thing. And this looks like it's going to be a very tough one. Remember how I said the Idle Games challenge was difficult? Yeah, this looks to have a lot more to it actually, and there are very specific ways of playing this one because each challenge is locked. You have to complete one before it, apart from the ones which are shown at the beginning. So we're starting off with the actual hexathon challenges here. You're given 3 different hex levels in any random order, and whichever one you get third, if you survive the first 2 rounds, is a final. So here's my first final, a hexagon. We make it through hexaterrestrial and hexa-ring. Is it enough to secure a win in the first game? No. I look up and see 2 more players above me still. Sadly, not a win the first time round. So here's a fun thing. I just fell off hexagon. Yep, it's been a while since that's happened, but it can still totally happen. So next final, it's hexa-ring. There's only a few of us left, and I do a very silly dive. I will say, I played all of this event in an Airbnb. That's right. The last week has been spent in an Airbnb in London. Okay? So it's all in a place I'm not used to. And look at that. Everyone just falls off right at the end. So the reason for being in London in an Airbnb, I wasn't by myself. Oh no. Me and some of my best friends, our group of gamers, who have not all met in person yet, that have known each other for like, it must almost be coming up to 10 years for some of us. We've all gamed together online. Oh, look at that. Messed up that one. But a lot of us are from different parts of the world, as is the very nature of playing games online with people. And look at this. This is a very, very risky area of the map. And the green guy has got a lot of tiles still. So if I want to win this one, I'm going to have to outmaneuver, out-strategize, and a little bit of grabbing occasionally. This guy kept grabbing me in the earlier rounds, so I had absolutely no issue with grabbing them back. Sometimes it's just got to be done. And I could tell from their movement that they were pretty decent, and they really knew what they were doing. But it didn't stop me from cutting them off. And there is that second... Sorry, is that the first one? Yes. I'm not paying attention because I'm thinking about what I did this last week. So that is a win in the hex. And then it turns out you need another one. So I kept playing. And we got another one right here. And it's a hexaterrestrial once again. So I had to put some moves on this yellow bean. I find that I always end up right by the edge in these finals, whatever I do. And I realised they'd got onto my island, so I cut them off from the other side. They actually jump, but they don't quite make it. So there's the second win required for the hexathon challenges. So the next ones that unlock after this... Oh wait, there's still another survive at least 60 seconds that I didn't do on the video, but I did all those. So to survive 60 seconds, it only counts in a non-final. So you just have to hope for a lobby where everyone's decent enough to live for 60 seconds. So the next one we go into is squads here. As always, I've gone in with a random squad. How are they doing? They're not doing too bad. 2nd place overall. Next one we get is DoorDash. A level which can be very bad on a second round, but luckily the team actually does quite decently. So this last week has been great. We've had 2 people from America come across. Hey, at least this guy wasn't on my team. I'm sorry, but you are going the wrong way. 1 person from Canada, and the rest from different parts of the UK. And it was really nice to hang out and see them all. Look at that Spock. This Mr. Spock is absolutely just grabbing me so many times, so I keep a note of their name, so I know to look out for them in later levels in this squads game, so I can target them or their team, because I want to get rid of them. I mean, they want to get rid of me, so it's only fair. So all of us met up at the Airbnb last week, and we've spent this week in London doing a bit of tourism, doing a bit of sightseeing, all the big things that I've actually never done before. I don't live that far away from London at the moment, but there's a lot of things I haven't done, and it was nice to finally do them. Next we get Pixel Painters, and the squad is good. Then Tiptoe, where we get pretty lucky, as the path is revealed to us. So in London, I went on the London Eye for the first ever time, and I'm a bit afraid of heights. That thing goes quite high. But it's well worth it, the views are amazing. We had a lot of different meals at a lot of different places. Now unfortunately, 2 of our teammates fell here, and I accidentally blocked off the 3rd teammate, but it didn't matter. So there's only 2 squads remaining for our first squad final here. And the game gives us Jinxed. I'm usually pretty decent at Jinxed, but even if you've got luck on your side and some good movement, you can still lose, because it still depends on your other teammates, of course. So I give these people a bit of a run around, see if I can kind of bait and switch, and that was all it took, just wasting a bit of their time, and one of our teammates could grab their other player who was still in need of a Jinx. Look at that. So that is genuinely the first random squad that I joined and pull a win away. Look at that, see? Absolute proof. First win. And qualifying from a race round without respawning, I think was the other one. So that unlocks the Duos Duel. So I team up all by myself in duos to get a random teammate once again. Wonder who we'll get this time. I haven't seen them yet. Hopefully we'll find them soon. I had a few stumbles in this one, so it's not the best position. 6th place for me. Let's have an eye on our teammate here. Everybody, I'd like to introduce you to Spider-Man 97056. This is my random teammate for duos. Hey, they're trying. They're doing well. They're making it through the level. They're probably quite new to the game. They're struggling a bit here and there, but it just makes me want to win even more. Don't know what happened there. I don't know if I got grabbed or just ran into someone, but these kind of things do happen. So sadly I wasn't able to get as high a spot as I hoped, so I have to hope that Spider-Man can come in a decent enough position for us to make it through to the next round, where I will then try really hard to pull us through to a final. Go Spider-Man! Yeah, you did it. Full faith. Next up, we get a bit of ski fall here, so I do my classic strategy on this variation of just running down the side and going for the gold ring, which is a guaranteed 5 points at the end. Usually pretty easy to get. You can just jump through the middle, avoid the balls, and get your 30 points, and we did pretty well. Spider-Man definitely doing a decent job there. Then I decided to grab a few people on Hyperdrive Heroes, but I also realised that sadly we've lost the teammate. Spider-Man has fallen into the slime. So for the rest of that level I just try as hard as I can to just get a qualification. And Spider-Man did work in Pixel Painters, they were really good. Which let us carry on to the next round. What will it be? Only 4 squads left? Only 7 players, so there's a solo in this somewhere as well. Hi there, Spider-Man. Let's get this win. Whenever I'm playing with a random teammate, and I see them struggling through the levels a little bit, it just makes me really want to win a lot more. So as you can see here, I'm doing all my little strategies, all the little techniques, odd movement, funny little dives, going for a tiny grab there, and just generally getting in the other player's way. And that's all it took, after all that. This one's for you, Spider-Man. We get the win. Sweet, sweet victory. Isn't that great? So we also went on a boat ride along the River Thames in London this week. We played a lot of video games. There were a few Nintendo Switches there, so a lot of Super Smash Bros. Was played, a bit of Mario Party, some Mario Kart. Nintendos are just so good for playing in person, right? So here's what I did next. I had to get another duos win, but this time I wasn't given a teammate at all. They didn't leave, I just didn't get one. But I still needed the duos win anyway, so this is what happened. Now, we were getting some worrying lag occurring in this final here. Once again, this was on the Airbnb internet, and I was upstairs playing this. Just trying to get enough footage for a video. I have to sweat a bit here, jumping and diving very carefully, and it's enough. The solo win in duos. Absolutely intense. Always feels so great when you get that. It's kind of concerning how many times I've had to do that now though. Come on, Mediatonic. Give me a teammate a little bit more often. Please? But anyway, that's unlocked the lower half of Captain Redshift, which means there's only one thing to do. Actually, technically two. We have to beat a level in 45 seconds or less, and we have to get a solo win, which with skill-based matchmaking is actually very difficult for pretty much everyone. Unless you get kind of lucky. So I decide with this first level and first attempt, this could well be a good one for beating in 45 seconds. Or less, of course. So far, going pretty good. It's a fairly short level, and it's pretty much a straight line. So as long as you don't mess up, I think this is an easy one for the challenge. Other ones I'd imagine would be like Gate Crash maybe, Tiptoe, if you get lucky. There's a few short ones. Sadly though, I didn't make it to the final in the first attempt because I got very confused by this end. I hadn't played this version of the map before, and it really threw me off. So there we go. But we did actually qualify from that round in less than 45 seconds. Okay, next attempt. And we've got a little bit of hoverboard heroes. And as you can see, my internet is lagging again. And because of that, I get hit by an invisible laser beam. Unfortunate. So the first final that we make it to in solos here. And I'm doing pretty good, it's just me and this crocodile. Slight lag is still throwing me off a bit with the ball. It takes a moment for me to pick it up. So I try hurling it, and I accidentally just dive off the platform. It's not great, is it? Nope. Subscribe for more accidents. So we get Jump Showdown in the next round as a final, and immediately an ice cream starts to grab me. They're obviously just jealous of my pirate costume. Not the one from the event, but one from one of the old DLC packs, which will probably return, I'm sure. A cool costume. But I just want to get the new pirate, Captain Redshift. Now I've got my eyes set on the ice cream. Accidentally get rid of a crocodile. And obviously, I really just want to win this. These solos can be quite tough these days. The crocodile survives, but then they take out the ice cream, which I'm completely fine with. So I grab the last crocodile to secure a spot on the winner's podium. Look at that. You know what that means? New costume unlocked. I feel like this one's a real challenge to get. I mean, you have to do all kinds of different things. So there's going to be the speed thing that's going to be difficult for some people, all manner of different kind of wins. But there's the costume. It just needs one thing changed. There we go. How good does that look? The red and black hexagon pattern, and the faceplate to match. It may not be a golden costume, but I think that might also end up making this rarer, because not as many people will go for it, and it's a challenging one to get. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this one. Like if you liked, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.